We were talking from Toronto, Ontario, Vojin Vasovic, who had a film play at our festival, 5 minutes each, that was very well received. He was actually in the audience, right, Vojin?
Yes, yeah, I was there.
So what was your reaction to people's reactions of your film, especially because you were there yourself?
Well, I enjoyed a lot the moment of the audience feedback session starting and audience not knowing that I'm present. And I did a lot because that way you can get like more honest answers and they're not troubled by the presence of the filmmaker and they don't have to be polite or such a thing. And I was actually a bit scared of how is it gonna go. And but then I was so pleased with their reactions and their comments and their thoughts and questions that they had about the film. So it was a very positive experience for me.
You had a lot of reactions to this film, a lot of different reactions, and from different generations too. You had like some teenagers talked about it, and then some older people as well talked about it. So you kind of got the whole can of worms here. Plus, everybody had their own opinion of what this film was about. So what was this film about?
Well, that's the main thing about the process of me and my team. When we start developing something, we try to find the ideas and stories that can be read differently. What we usually say to each other is that if something has at least two meanings, then we're on a good path. So I think that was very well proved that evening with the audience feedback. The point of 5 minutes each is that because it's without words and it's very experimental and metaphorical, that you can actually understand it in a few different ways. Like I have at least 3 different versions of how you can read that story, and I'm glad that the audience that night saw even more than that.
All right, so what was your 3 different versions?
So one of them, the most important for me, would be to find the purpose in the absurdity of life. Was that the fall is inevitable and it has to happen, and if you learn to accept that fall as flying, then you will figure out what's the best for you. The other 2 would be stories about technology and about humans, craft that is made by humans that is very obsolescent and that is falling apart after every 5 minutes, and that we are living in sort of dreamlike world when things are growing and becoming famous or becoming so useful, but then they become useless so fast and we forget about them. So it's also a big metaphor on human life, but also on stuff that is made by humans. And the final one is the one that we sort of wrote in our synopsis, that is about the life of the artists and the artists who are in a big waiting room, waiting for their biggest work to happen. But then when that work happens, it's very contradictory world that is going on. So it is the fame, but it's the fame that you're creating on your own. It's the fame that you're creating only in your mind. So all the clappings and all the birds and cameras are triggered by basically a butt of the artists, and everything is in your mind. So it's a very pessimistic idea of the art being created only for the sake of the artists, and the only maybe light at the end of the tunnel is that pile with artwork that remains after. So that's the one that actually started the entire film, was that image of 2 piles, and the idea that we die twice. We die once when we hit the ground, and we die second time when our work is forgotten.
When your work is forgotten. It's an interesting perspective because we don't, as a creative person, we want people to see our work. That's the true execution of art, right? You want a emotional response to your work, which you got with this film, ironically enough, which the film was about.
True. Well, that's when I think that the treatment is different, and that's also the way of different interpretations. I'm trying with my films always to have the optimistic and positive treatment of usually dark matter. So the music is very goofy, the characters are not dramatic, they're very cartoonish. So it's I think that the way of like, that was probably my inner self telling, okay, it's not that dark. It's not. It's fun, and it's fun to fly though we are falling. But yeah, it's something like UNESCO, like just in without words.
Yeah. Was there anybody from the audience that, like, a comment that really stood out for you that you remember, or even in the feedback video?
Sorry, I didn't have a chance to take a look at the feedback video yet, but I posted it on our webpage. I remember from that night just thinking and liking the way that audience was continuing the conversation on different interpretations of the film. I think that's the most valuable thing about making films, that you can start the conversation and that you can let people like have their own thoughts and like thinking whether their solution is the best or their solution is the most accurate to one the filmmaker had. I don't think there are bad answers to this film, and yeah, I enjoyed seeing that with that feedback.
Well, because especially it's easier for you to say that, especially when you got a very positive response to your film. So
true, yeah. Well, that happens. Like we had a few other feedback sessions with a couple other festivals, and we had the moments when people were like, I just don't get this film, it's too abstract, it's just like,
yeah,
it's not and I totally understand that, like it is abstract and it's not obvious and it's not in your face with anything, so I totally understand, like there are people who are used to that kind of genre, there are people who are not, and I'm totally fine with that.
Was there any other, besides your own film, what was your favorite film of the festival?
I like the first one a lot, the beginning.
Okay.
I enjoyed that film a lot.
And what about the one that played after the animation film? Did you like Night of the Bear? Like how it was combined in your,
I like that,
film?
I like that style of animation. I'm a huge fan of like French films generally, though that one was a Swiss film, but
yeah,
you can totally read it as like a French style. And I love the music, and as soon as the festival was done, I went home and I googled the composer of that film to find the music, and I really enjoyed it. And animation of it, I'm not. I wasn't that driven by the social topics of the film, but I found it being a very good concept and very good idea to present that kind of topic with the animation.
So this film itself, how long did it take you to make 5 minutes each? What's going on in the background? Is there a garbage truck driving up in your background?
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. Your film, how long did it take to make 5 minutes each?
Not much actually, because this was our. So no one who worked on 5 minutes each is animator. So it was me and a few friends of mine. The main designer and animator is a friend of mine who's an architect, and we spent like 3 months, one entire summer in house of my father, and just like brought computers in and sat down and animated. So it wasn't that long of a process.
And what about the special, like the sound effects and the music?
Sound effects came later. So we first animated like for like definitely maybe storyboarding for like a month, and then 2 months of animation, and then I moved to Canada, and we did a lot of sound design online with Vladimir Kerkez, and the music as well, and it was probably another month of work on sound. Yeah. So
you did half the film in Serbia?
Yeah, we animated the film in Serbia. Yeah.
And then you did the post you did the post like sound in Canada.
It was all done in Serbia, but with me being online from Canada.
So what was your motivation to move to Canada?
I moved here 2 years before that. So I moved here to do my master thesis in post-dramatic theater, and I stayed here, and I would like to continue my work here, and both as filmmaker and theater director.
So what's next for you? What are you up to right now?
Right now, and actually my idea of WILDsound Festival was to actually try out the first reading of my feature film. So I submitted a script for a feature, and I was like, okay, maybe I can submit the animation as well and see how that goes, so that people can have the idea of what kind of work I'm interested in. And I don't know if I'm guessing that I don't know who is doing the responses for feature scripts. Is that you, or it's some other comedy, or?
No, well, I don't read any of the scripts. It has nothing to do with that. But did you get feedback on your script?
Yeah, I got it, and I think that's definitely one of the ones that responses from people who usually don't like the same genre as I do. So the feature script is again like 5 minutes each, very abstract in concept, and it's going to be treated differently from what's written in words, in terms of direction and stuff. It's going to be very more light and like fairy tale like, though it's very morbid topic. So yeah, I'm developing that feature. We got some initial money from Toronto Art Council and trying to find some bigger producer for it, and yeah, that's next thing.
Oh, good. Well, good luck for that. Hopefully, like I said, I don't have anything to do with the feedback. We sent it to the industry, and they give you your feedback back. So hopefully, you got something out of that. So we tend to like have a lot of integrity with the feedback people get.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, and hopefully you can submit again, and we can have it read, and then obviously our readings do pretty well online, and it gets some attention.
Cool. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Okay, so then it seems like you're on your way, and like 5 minutes each is like it got a really nice buzz, and I think you're going to go speak with the Student Film Festival. I think that she was telling me as well from the event.
They haven't contacted me, but yeah, I would love to. That would be great.
They're going to contact. She just told me the other day that she would love for you to speak with the students. So
yeah, that would be great. Yeah, this film was shown in a few other festivals that invited us to speak about, like in terms of like academic framing, and we have like 2 papers already written on it, which is amazing. One book is going to be published soon, and our film is one of 3 films that is being analyzed as like motif of like falling and flying in films, and it's very nice to have that kind of buzz as well.
Yeah, it's a great film, and let me know when it's online, because I'll help you promote the crap out of this film. Pardon my French, because I think you can get a real nice buzz when this film is online. Like you can get a lot of people to watch this film.
Cool. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, that would be nice.
So just let me know when it's up online, and I'll get you thousands of hits, because I think this film needs to get that kind of attention. It's that good.
Thanks a lot. That's very lovely for you to say. Thank you.
All right, congratulations again, and hopefully we'll definitely see you again, and hopefully at the festival, and to showcase more of your work down the line.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you.